I met so many people. I know many people that they always said, "Oh, I'm so busy. I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to do this." So even what they'd like to do very much, but they don't have time to do it. I used to be like that before. I have some experience like that before. When I was young man, I always feel like I'm so busy. I like to do that, but I cannot do it because I'm busy. I like to cook, but I'm so busy, I cannot cook. I like to do garden, but I'm so busy, I cannot do gardening. That's what I always did. I think I spend so much time do something busy all the time. But when I look at what I did, it's not very productive. It's not very useful. It's not important at all. For example, when I was young, I like to clean my house a lot, my room. I clean my room, but I have the habit. My habit at that time is I like to put things everywhere. When I came to the room, I always put my bag on the table, on the couch, on the chair, or on the stairway. When I keep doing that, not very long, I feel like so many things everywhere, I cannot walk. So I need to clean everything. So spend so much time to clean the house. But when I think, how can I solve this problem? I try to change my habit, practice to change my habit. I try to put things in its place. When I came to the house, where I gonna put my shoes? Where my shoes have to be? Where my bag have to be? Where I have to put my stuff? Each thing have its place, its own place. I practice for a long time because it's very deep habit. It's very hard to change. After practice for a while, I think it changed my life quite a lot. It made my life a lot easier. When I want something, I know where it is immediately. But before that, when I want something, I need to look all the house, around the house, everywhere to find where is it. But after I train myself to organize it, everything have its own place. I put things in that place every time. So it solved a lot of problems in my life. And then I have a lot of time to do things more that I like to do. So before that, I never think about some habit like this. I did never think about changing habit is a kind of thing that is fun to do it. I think I'm like this. I have to be like this. I cannot change anything. But after that thing happened, after that experience, I have different thinking. I think anything I don't like in my life, anything I don't like in my habit, I can always change it. It's possible to change anything. So after I organize things like that, change my habit to put things in its place, my life's a lot easier after that. Another problem is I spend so much time. I think I spend more than 1 or 2 hours per day reading newspaper. Before that, there's no cell phone. There's no internet. So I read newspaper every day. I spend almost 2 hours per day reading newspaper. I think, why I need to read newspaper every day? Is that something important for me? I start to look at the whole news in the newspaper. Everything, there's nothing new in the newspaper. It's the same word. different people speak. Like politician, they say the same word like politicians said it 20 years ago. They say the same thing. Oh, I did not get the report yet. I don't know. You need to ask the department that they're responsible for that. They keep doing like this. Or they say something, the same thing over and over. So why do I need to read that? And another news about violence news, robbery, rape, all kind of disaster, all kind of bad thing happen. It's all the news. Do I need this information in my daily life? No, I don't need that. So why do I spend so much time reading newspaper every day? After that, I try to read once a week. What will happen? I think once a week is good at that time because I still know everything happen around. If anything big happen, I did not read newspaper, but people around even talk about it. So I don't need to read. I understand the same other people. And after that, I try to read once a month. I still know the same thing. I think we don't need to read a lot of that thing. So I start to practice to change my habit like this often and more often and more often. I can see my life changing very fast after that. Before that, I feel like I have no time to do that. I have no time to do this. I love cooking, but I never have time to do cooking. I love gardening, but I have no time to do gardening. But now I have a lot of time spent on gardening. I can lie down in the garden bed and watching the caterpillars moving peacefully in my kale. They're eating my kales happily. So it's so beautiful to see things like that. So when I decrease my reading, it doesn't mean reading is not good. It's good, but if it's too much, it's not good. When I decrease reading, I have more time to do things more. When I do things more, I learn something differently. What I learn is whenever I read something or I listen to somebody's, I cannot understand anything. I can only remember what they said, but I don't understand it. So reading and listening make me know it, but not understand it. Remember it, but not understand it. So myself is like a computer, collecting all information, but don't know how to use it. But if I don't read, don't listen much, but do it more, when I start to do something more, I start to understand things more and more and more. And understanding is more interesting than remembering. Because when I have a lot of remembering, I remember so many things that people talk, that people wrote in the book, something I know, many things, I remember all of them, but I don't know how to use it. So remembering causes more fear in my mind. The more I know, I will have more fear because I just remember, but I don't understand it. But when I understand it from doing it, the more I understand things, I will have less fear. I have more confidence. I can enjoy it more. So understanding when I understand something, it never go away. It stay there forever. But remembering, if I don't keep repeat it often, I forgot it. I will forget it very easily. And remembering sometimes is not real. It's not real. It's not something real at all. Because is about thinking more. For example, if I have a fruit in my hand, I said this fruit is very sweet. I told people that this fruit is very sweet. So when people heard that, everybody think what kind of sweetness of that fruit. Some people maybe think it's sweet like a mango. Other people may think it's sweet like oranges, or sweet like honey, or sweet like a sugar. People think different way. So this is remembering mixed with imagination or thinking. So we don't know what is it exactly. But when I cut this fruit and give to everybody, everybody will say, oh, it's sweet like this. It's not like mango. It's not like oranges. It's not like honey. It's not like sugar. It's just like this. I cannot explain it. But wherever I see this fruit, whenever I ate this fruit, I see this fruit, I know exactly, I understand exactly how it tastes like, how it's sweet like. So understanding is very useful more than remembering. When I see this part in my life, I decrease my reading and listening a lot. In the last 30 years, I never finished any book. I maybe read some article that I interested about it, or some tiny news that I think is important. That's all. I never read any books. I stopped watching movie. I did not listen to the music much. So I have a lot of time in my life to do things. So I spend more time in the garden to experiment with cooking, with making soap, shampoo, with doing so many different things. It's a new kind of world, new world. It's so fun, so exciting to be in this room. Because the more I do it, the more I enjoy experiment with it, I understand more and more and more. The more I understand it, I have less and less and less fear. Fear decreases very quick. So life with no fear or with less fear is so much fun. So much fun. So I spend more time do what I like to do more lately. In the last 20 years, I can see things differently from many people. It's so fun. I think life is very fun, full of joy everywhere. No fear. After that, I enjoy doing things more than reading. And then I think about what the Buddha said. In the past, he grabbed a handful of leaves from the ground. He said, the leaf in the forest is so many, but what we will use is in our hand. So the leaf in our hand is what we need. So it's the same with the knowledge. We have so much knowledge on this earth, so many things to learn. It never ends. Even we have to live on this earth for 1,000 years, we cannot finish learning everything on this earth. But what we need to know to make our life happy, healthy, happy, it's not a lot. It's just like the leaf in our hand. When I think about the leaf in our hand, I think about the knowledge. What do I need to know? Before that, I want to know about so many things. I want to know about history. I want to know about universe. I want to know about this singer. I want to know about this movie star. I follow them a lot. I spend so much time with this thing. But I never come back to myself. But when I think about the leaf in the hand, I start to think, what is the most important knowledge for me? When I contemplate deeply, I see that. I saw it. It's only food, shelter, daily needs, what we need to use daily life, and healing, medicine. And the last thing is understand about our feeling, about our mind, how it works, to understand it. So these 5 things is the leaf in our hand. We need to learn these 5 things first before we learn something outside. That's what I spend most of my time in my life lately, to understand these 5 things. It doesn't take long time. It doesn't need 4 years like in university. We don't need that long. We can learn easily, and we can do many things with a lot of fun. So now when people say that, oh, I have no time, I'm so busy, I feel like I understand them, because I used to be in that situation before. But now I have a lot of time. It looks like I'm very busy, but I'm doing what I like to do. So I don't feel busy. I don't feel I'm working, because I do what I like to do. Nobody pay me money. I just do work because I like it. So I can take care of myself in this way. So now it's even harder than before for many people, because now there's more attractive thing in our life. Cell phone or internet is the most dangerous drugs in the world right now. I saw many people who spend more than 4-5 hours per day, every day, spend time with the cell phone or with the internet. So much time people give to the internet. But that's not very important for our life. It's not like a food, not like a shelter. It's not like a medicine or daily needs that we use. But we spend so much time following information in the internet. There's so many information in there. But we never give any time to our life, our own life. It's so sad that the more people read, they know more, they understand more, they know so many things. I cannot talk with them sometimes because they know a lot, but they suffer so much. They know a lot, but they don't know how to make themselves happy or enjoy or have less fear. So that means they study the leaf everywhere in the world, but they never study the leaf in the hand. Many people came to me, they said, I love gardening, I want to do gardening, but I'm just so busy. But when I look at them, they spend so much time on the cell phone. They scratch the cell phone like a chicken, scratching all the time. Never do anything else. So it's drug, a new kind of drug. It doesn't mean it's totally bad. There's many good things in there. Everything has good and bad in there. But we need to know what is enough. What is important? What is the most necessary for our life? I think that part will help our life to be easier and easier. But if we don't know what is enough, what is the most important thing, our life will be complicated and harder and suffer more and more and more and more. I think it's fun to think in this way for me. It doesn't mean I want everybody to do like me. I talk about this. I just want to tell people that we have choice. We do what you like. We do what we like. If you like to enjoy reading more, enjoy searching for information, it's okay as long as you're okay with it, if you're not suffer with it. But for people who feel like, oh, I'm so busy, but I want to do this, I want to do that, but I don't have time. So these people, I want to support them to come back and think what is the most important thing to know now. It's about movie star, about singer, about some politician, or it's about food, or it's about a house, or it's about daily needs, or it's about our mind. So it's just a choice. It's a choice for everybody. If you love anyway, just do it. I choose this way. I enjoy it a lot. So I just want to share my experience to other people that after I train myself to be in this way, I feel like this is the real freedom in my life. This is the real freedom. So if you want to experiment something like me, you can try. But if you don't like it, there are so many ways. There are many fun things to do on this earth. Enjoy it.